Hey, I'm gonna jump right into it. I got some notes on the floor, so if I'm looking down, that's probably why. Um, but definitely back in Link about a couple months ago, I was just getting words. I was sitting in the service and I was just like, man, I'm getting some words. Didn't really know what to say about them, but I feel like God over time is saying, hey, just sit on these words and wait until I have something to say through them. So I think he finally said something about being real with yourself. Um, and I feel like we all do this. We all put up a face. And we all put up, I don't know, maybe the fake us. I feel like I did that for so long, even in high school, and uh, it's just not good to do. It's not good for. It's not good development for you. I was actually talking to my cousin about this. Like, if everybody was real and actually came out, you know how different the world would see us. And I'm not saying to come out to everybody exactly how you feel. Like, hey, I'm struggling with this, or uh, but I think that kind of leads into having a mentor in your life. I am actually blessed with many mentors. Um, two or newer ones is like Nick Mayo and Daniel. Um, but I really lean on them sometimes hard, and really say what I feel. The other two would be really my mom. I definitely, if I'm stressed out, I go to my mom. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying you have to lean on your mom or your dad. I'm just saying get somebody in your life to really talk to. The other person that if I'm stressed out, I don't know if I was gonna share this, but I'm gonna share this. I was on the trail. Uh, all of you that know, I was on the trail, and I was pretty close to dying. Like, I fell down the hill, and I was probably about 10 feet away from falling off the side of the cliff. And that day, I was like, "Man, this is crazy." I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I definitely could have broke my leg. Luckily, I had my leg actually, my knee bent when I fell. But you know who I called? I called my dad. Literally, like that's where I go for. Uh, crap just hit the fan. Gotta call my dad. That's who I'm calling. But just sharing that with you. Um, I'm gonna kind of transition a little bit though, and into kind of the four stages of the life that we all sit in, and we can't. I gotta say this beforehand, and I'm gonna say it a lot throughout the whole four stages. Is like we can't sit in one spot, and sometimes I think we all get stuck in one spot, one stage of your life, and you'll get this as I'm going through it. And you can't get stuck in that. So really, the first one is growth or um, personal growth, and this could be in school, like high school, college, anything, and or even in your spirit. You're growing in your spirit or growing in ministry. This is an important time, but it's also important to move on out of it. And actually, it's pretty easy to do. It's pretty easy to move out of this stage. Um, but we can't stay in it too long. Otherwise, you just get bored. Your mind gets bored. Your spirit gets bored. It's just bored. Um, so, second one, and with this one, you'll see where I'm going with this. Um, it's really that time right before the storm, and it's kind of like if you're in a boat, it starts rocking. Again, you can get stuck in this. Um, you can get stuck in this time for a long time, where it's just the boat's rocking, but you're like, I don't know, I'm not gonna go into the storm. I'm just gonna sit on this edge. And you can't get stuck in that storm. You gotta keep on pushing through for growth. Um, and I'll talk about that with a fourth step, but not a good place to stay in because you're rocking the boat. And the third one, obviously, is you're in the middle of the storm, and this sucks. And from personal story is I feel like I sat in the storm for probably like a year. Um, it's not good to stay in the storm because you just get beat down. Um, and that's spiritually, that's mentally, that's yeah, it's just not good to stay in the storm. Um, it's really the easiest one out of all of them to get stuck into. But you got to keep on pushing through. Um, yeah. Um, the fourth one is coming out of the storm, and it's really reflecting on what you learned while you were in the storm. And this is all a circle. So then you're going back into growth. But yeah, so just learning what you actually when you went through the storm. This is why it's not good to stay in one because you actually learn a lot quicker and a lot faster in the storm and when you're coming out of the storm. Um, and so I'm also going to talk about like the time that you can do this in a single day. A single day. You can have growth, you can have um, getting on the edge of the storm, and then being in the storm, and then coming out of it. You can do that in a single day. Um, but it can also take years. Okay, it can take months. It can take 2 weeks. You can be in 2 weeks of growth, and then 2 weeks of, I don't know what's going on right now, and then oh, I'm in the storm, and maybe the storm is 2 days, maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2 weeks. I don't know. Kind of depends on what you're going through. And we all sit in these stages, um, all the time. But I want to share with you three things. Three things. Three. That's the number three. All right. Three things that really help you while you're going through any stage and you need to keep up on all the time. And one of them is always having a mentor. Going back to the first part, is always have a mentor, somebody to lean on. You're not doing it by yourself. All of that. The second one, staying in prayer. Um, I was going through a storm and I was like, nah, I don't need prayer. I'm good. I'm good. No, that's when you most need the storm. Like that's when you most need prayer. Sorry, um, is right then. And through all of the stages, just staying in prayer. Um, really get in the Word. Um, staying in the Word, guys. Guys, your Bible is like it's a sword. It's a weapon, and it also helps you grow. So I just encourage all of you to do those three things all the time, no matter what stage you're in. Um, so yeah, that's what I really feel like I needed to say. Also, Sarah's YUAM, I want to shout out that. Try to go donate. Definitely a good person right there. And let's share some love.